So I am having around 10 plus years of experience in the field of cybersecurity and digital forensics. Okay. And see, I was working with the Telangana State Police and along with the AP Karnataka and Goa Police as well. And along with that, I was being offering like guest speaker for the Azadi Amrit Mahotsav event, the 75th Independence Day of India. And recently, I was the winner for the Cybersecurity Leader of the Year award, which is awarded by the Fortuna Global Excellence Awards, a Dubai-based company. Okay. And along with that, I was the speaker for the DSM Finance, one of the MNC company, for the occasion of on the event of the Risk Buddy event, where it was conducted internationally, globally. And along with that, I was the speaker for the Honda Construction Equipment, and even I have had the experience of training the Cisco employees, Geo employees, and IBM employees. Okay, so this is the small introduction about me. And coming to this training program, okay. So just a second. So guys, everyone please mute your mic. So in case if you're having any doubts, you can raise your hands where I can talk to each and every person individually or in person. Okay. First, we will start with the session, and once the session is done, then we will have the time for the doubt clarification as well. Okay. So before going to start this session, let me share the screen. I hope everyone can able to see the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, we all are here to learn the cybersecurity training program, right? So I would like to start this session with the very basic question. What do you mean by cybersecurity? So what do you mean by cybersecurity? Anybody? See, whatever you feel, you can share, okay?
Sir, protection of data.
Protection of data and
And the integrity of the data.
okay, maintain the integrity of the data. Yep. So in simple words, can I say cybersecurity is all about like securing or protecting. So data or the information, can I call it as the digital information or digital data? Because whatever the information we store in the laptops or computers or in the hard disk or pen drive, everything will be in the digital format, right? So cybersecurity is all about protecting the digital information, including devices. So devices can be anything, either it can be like mobiles or laptops or computers or even a smart TV, fit bands, smartwatches, even IoT device, anything that comes under the devices. Okay. Network, application, and organization. Okay. So cybersecurity is all about protecting the digital information, including the devices and network applications and the organization. Okay. So this can be called as the cybersecurity. So as the ethical hacker, what we are gonna do here is like we are gonna protect the digital information. Okay. The reason why I'm highlighting this word many times is like, see, whenever we say to the people, like, see, this is my own experience, my personal experience, like if we say to the people, if I say I was working in the field of the cyber security, so first question I hear from the people is like, so can you hack the Facebook or can you hack the WhatsApp? So these kind of questions I will be getting from the opposite person. Okay. So when I hear these questions, now see, I used to get laugh because it is not about hacking, right? We are the ethical hackers where we are gonna maintain the security. The name itself, it is defined. It is all about maintaining the security. It is not about breaking the security. It is all about maintaining the security. Okay. So as the ethical hackers, our main duty over here is like to protect or to secure the information. Okay. This is what we do in the cyber security. Okay. Now, my question is like, why should we choose cybersecurity? Why it is important to focus on the cybersecurity?
So because in future totally AI and totally digital. So
Okay.
uh, so many requirements.
Okay. So in future, the AI technology is developing. So that is the reason from present we need to focus on cybersecurity. You mean to say
Yes,
that?
yes, sir.
Then why should we focus at current situation if it was related to future?
Mm, sorry, sir.
Okay. See, if you observe, the usage of the internet has become increased in our day-to-day life. Okay. So if you want to book a cab, you will be using the internet. If you want to order the food, we are using the internet. We are delivering the emails. We are making the financial transactions. We are getting the doctor appointments through online. Even we are booking the flight tickets. So whatnot, we are doing everything through the internet, right? So can you
Yes.
imagine your day-to-day life without the internet?
No.
You cannot imagine your day-to-day life without the internet, right? So that is what, since the usage of the internet has become increased and everyone are using the internet, but majority of the people don't even know what exactly it is happening in the digital world, okay, in the virtual world. See, whenever you are like living out of your home, whenever coming to the physical world, our day-to-day life, if you are leaving your home, if you are going out of your home, why will you lock the door? So we used to lock the door, right? So why will you lock the door?
For the protection.
For the protection. So we are gonna lock the door so that no one can able to enter into the home easily and no one can able to steal the valuable belongings from the home, right? Because already you are aware of that if you don't lock the door, someone may enter into the home and they may steal the valuable belongings. Already you are aware of that. That is the reason you are taking certain precautions like locking the door. Okay. But locking the door is gonna provide you 100% security. Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So locking the door is going to provide you 100% security?
Not.
Yeah.
Definitely no, because even the we can break the locks and we can enter into the home. Or else if there are any other way to enter into the home, like through ventilation or through the windows or in any way, we will be
Mm.
entering into from that and we can steal the valuable belongings from the house. Okay. Even in the cyber security also, in the digital world also, see, we are not aware what exactly it is happening over here, so people are becoming the victims for the different types of cyber crimes. Okay. So here there are different types of cyber crimes like the phishing attack and the OTP frauds, even skimming attack, shoulder surfing, DOS and DDoS attack, social engineering attack, keylogger. So there are different types of attacks out there where the hackers are coming with the new techniques and the new tactics to manipulate the people and to steal their identity and along with that to steal the money from their accounts, or if they commit any crimes they're leaving our identity over there. So many things were happening in the current world. So because of lack of evidence, I mean lack of awareness. Okay, since we don't know that, that is the reason we are becoming the victims for this cyber. So that is the reason it is very much important for us to focus on cybersecurity because we are using the internet, but we don't know what exactly is happening in the digital world. Okay, so you can ask me like, so if you are in the cybersecurity, so is it possible to provide 100% security? Can we reduce, can we prevent the attacks? So we cannot able to prevent the attacks. Just like how we are locking the door, in the same way we are making the taking the certain precautions where we can able to avoid the chances of the cyber attacks, where it is going to provide you the added layer of the security. And not only that, let me show you one thing. So let me share the screen. Just give me a second. I hope you can able to see the browser, right?
Okay. Firefox.
Yep. So guys, if you observe here, see, this is the information which is available from the internet. It is not created by me or like it, there is no other thing. So this is the genuine information which is offered by the companies. Okay. If you observe here, Checkpoint is one of the biggest firewall related company which has stood for in the first place in the current market. Okay, you can see this is the live cyber threat map. Okay, and here you can see today on this day there are like 8 crore 66 lakhs 3,219 attacks were taken place till now. And you can see from US to even US to the Netherlands, and from Netherlands to Germany, and even from Russia to Russia, and CCA from US, and China to Japan, and even from Brazil to Brazil. So even from US to France, you can see there are different kinds of attacks are being taken place without any interruption here. Okay. Currently also in the live, so at present also see the attacks are being taken place. On the left side, you can see there are like generic IoT vulnerabilities, Mozilla Firefox related vulnerabilities, Microsoft related vulnerabilities. So there are different vulnerabilities that are taking place. And if you observe at the bottom, the red color line indicates it is a malware related attack, and the purple one indicates the phishing related attacks, and the yellow color lines indicate the exploits. Okay, so these are the three categories that were being collected by this checkpoint company, and they were giving this information over here. Okay, and if you observe on the right side, the top targeted countries are like Ethiopia, Indonesia, Georgia, Nepal, and Uzbekistan. Okay. And the top targeted industries, you can see the first place is like education industry was stood in the first place, and telecommunication was in the second place, and the government agencies were in the third place. Okay. And the top malware types are like the mobile malwares, adwares, and the phishing links. Okay. So this is the information provided by the checkpoint. Okay. Now coming to the next one, this is the radware threat intelligence, which is offered by the Radware organization. Here, if you observe, it is gonna provide you the information about the network related attacks and application violation related attacks. Okay, red color things are like the application violated attacks, and the blue color one are the network related attacks. Okay, now here, if you observe, see the countries like US, even United States, and here the UK and Ireland, even here Netherlands, and even China, India, you can see Australia, Brazil. So every country, everywhere. So if you observe, the entire world map is having the different types of stripes where the attacks are being taken place currently. Okay. So different types of attacks are being taken place currently, and you can see without any interaction, the attacks are being happening. Okay. Here it is offering the network attack related vector, I mean attacks, and the application related attacks. And if you observe here, from the last 1 hour, if you observe, the top attackers are from the United States, and Brazil was in the second place, UK was in the third place, Romania is in the fourth place, and Germany is in the fifth place. And in the top attacked countries, if you observe, India was in the first place, and Bahrain is in the second place, and Japan is in the third place, and Germany in the fourth place, and Brazil is in the fifth place. You can see this. And if you change the statistics to the last 24 hours, the top attackers, you can see US is in the first place, Germany in second place, UK in the third place, Netherlands in the fourth place, and Romania is in the fifth place. And here, if you observe, in the top attacker countries, India was changed to the fifth position, but in last 1 hour, it is in the first position, right? But you can see the attacks are being taken place without any interruption. Every country is facing with this cyber attacks. Okay, and now this is the map which is provided by the Kaspersky Cyber Threat Live Map. Okay, it was offered by the Kaspersky. You can see if you open the world map, how many attacks were being taken place. You can see the color variations. Green color is for the OAS, and red color is for ODS, and MAV is for orange. WAV is blue, IDS is in pink, and one is in the yellow, case is in the blue, and bad in the green, and RMW is in the dark blue. Okay. So here, if you observe, I will show you the sources as well. So here, the OA stands for the on-access scans, and ODA stands for the on-demand scans, and MAV stands for the mail antivirus, and WAV stands for the web antivirus, and IDS is for the intrusion detection scan. One is for the vulnerability scan, and bad is for the botnet activity detection, and CAS is for the Kaspersky anti-spam, and RMW is for the ransomware. Okay, so these are the categories which are given by this Kaspersky live threat map. Okay, so you can see how many attacks were being performed right now currently. So even in the countries like Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, China, even India, Russia, so everywhere the attacks were being taken place. And if you observe, India was stood in the top sixth place. Okay, for these attacks, India was in the top sixth place, which is affected with the cyber crimes. Okay, cyber attacks. Even you can see same thing from the big defender. These dots and everything is gonna define the attacks. Okay, you can see the time of attack and what kind of attack it is, and attack type, and attacked country and targeted country, and you can see the locations. So here the white color dot indicates the spam related attacks, and red orange color is gonna indicate the infections, and the red color is gonna indicate the attacks. Okay, now you can see these are the informations which is offered by the big MNC companies like the Checkpoint, Kaspersky, Big Defender, even the Netscout, if you observe, it is going to provide you the information about the DDoS attack related information. If any DDoS attack is taken place globally, that information will be provided by the Netscout. Okay, you can see here. So real time DDoS attack. Okay, how many DDoS attacks were being taken place without any interruption? The continuously the attacks are being taking place, right? So with this, what we have understood is like cyber attacks are very danger which are taking place without any interruption in the digital world. Okay, and it is not limited to any city or any state or any country. So it is impacting the entire world. Okay, the entire globe. Okay, it is for everyone. So everyone everywhere at any time may become the victims for the cyber attacks. Okay, today you might be becoming the victim for the cyber attacks, and tomorrow I might be becoming the victim for the cyber attacks. But if you know or if you are aware of the cyber attacks now, then at least you will be having the feasibility to protect yourself or to mitigate from the cyber attacks. Okay, so that is the reason it is very much important for us to focus on the cyber attacks. Okay, I mean cyber security, because if you are aware of the cyber security, you can able to protect yourself from this all the possible cyber attacks. Okay, otherwise if you are unaware of these things now, so how will you protect yourself from the cyber attacks? It is not possible, right? If you want to protect yourself, first of all you should aware of that. So that is the reason it is very much important to focus on cyber security. Okay, so for any doubts guys, anybody, any doubts so far, please respond or at least try to type it in the chat box.
No, sir.
What about others?
No, sir.
No doubt.
Okay, yeah, fine. Okay guys, so now not only this, I will tell you one more thing. So the cyber attacks, not only it is for jobs. Okay, so I know you guys are here to get the better jobs. That is the reason you are choosing cybersecurity as your career option. But along with that, we are having lot of benefits by undergoing with this training program. I will tell you. So have you ever heard any death cases which have happened because of the cyber crimes or cyber attacks? Heard or not? Just tell. Okay. So here, actually, this cybersecurity, I mean, cyber attacks, not only for the jobs, actually, it is not only impacting the organizations, the cyber attacks are impacting the human life as well. It was one of the biggest and major issue that we are facing in our day-to-day life. It is impacting the human life. Okay. So actually, there is a incident that is taken place in the Germany. Okay. So there is a hospital which is suffered with the data breach attack in the Germany, not data breach attack. It was affected with the ransomware attack in the Germany. Okay, where the entire data in the systems were being encrypted into another language where we cannot able to understand or we cannot get access to the data. Okay, so because of that ransomware attack, the hospital has to made a decision to shut down the emergency ward in that hospital, because if the systems are not working, they cannot able to take the details of the patient, and even they cannot able to submit the details like what kind of treatment is given to the patient, and along with the labs reports, and even what kind of medication that will be given to the patient. So no, we will not be able to have any kind of idea about these things. That is the reason they have shut down the emergency ward in the hospital. Okay, at that time a patient was brought to the hospital. Okay, and he was in the critical situation, and whenever he was brought to the hospital now, since the emergency ward is shut down, the hospital staff has like suggested the ambulance driver to take him to the next nearest hospital to get the treatment, because they were not accepting any new cases because of this cyber attack. Okay, even the person has taken to the next nearest hospital, but you know what? Before reaching to the next nearest hospital, that person was died. Okay, because the person was not able to get the treatment within the right time, so it leads to the death of the person. Okay, so like this, many cases are being happen, and not only that, even some hackers are hacking the database or the servers of the hospitals where they were changing the dosage of the medicines as well. Even it leads to the death of the people. Okay, and coming to the automobile industry. So in the automobile industry, how many of you know about driverless vehicles? So in few countries, the driverless vehicles were launched into the market. Okay, and over there, what it is happened is like, you know what? Whenever the driverless vehicles, if we see the red color, they need to stop. If they see the green color, they need to travel. Okay, and if there is a signboard with the speed limit of 40 kilometers, it should be travel with the 40-kilometer speed. And if there is any sideboard which is like having 80 kilometers per hour speedboat, then the vehicle has to travel with the 80 kilometers of speed, right? But you know what? Actually, these driverless vehicles are very easy, and they were having like lot of vulnerabilities, because whenever you make the drop and pick up location in the app, now the vehicle will be coming to you directly to pick you and to drop you at your location. Here, there will be no one except the vehicle. So, what if I get access to that vehicle and if I change the location? So, if I change the drop location now, then directly the vehicle will be dropping that person at the location where I have saved. Okay, where I can able to kidnap the person very easily. It is very easy to kidnap the person, and lot of crimes were being taken place because of this cyber attacks. And not only that, whenever the vehicle sees the signboard, if there is any error or if there is any minute change in the sticker or in the LED boards, okay, the vehicle was unable to detect the signboards. Okay, so instead, because of that, where the vehicle has to stop, it is traveling, and where the vehicle has to travel, it is stopping, and where the places where it has to go with speed, they were going with slow. Because of that, many actions were taken place, and few countries have banned these driverless vehicles, and they have ordered the automobile industry people to take the necessary precautions. Okay, and then after they ask them to release this kind of vehicles into the market. And it was happened in the year 2017 and 2016. During that time only, you can find the articles over the internet as well. So what I'm trying to say is like, earlier health sector was affected with the earlier health sector industry was affected with the cyber crimes, right? And now the automobile industry was also affected with the cyber. And coming to the IT sectors, okay, the company called Sony. How many of you know about the Sony company? At least try to type it in the chat box. How many of you know about the Sony company? See, Sony is one of the biggest company. It is the equivalent competitor with the Samsung and Apple companies before 2016. Okay, till 2016, if you take the graph of the Sony in the market, the statistics of the Sony company, they were the competitors with the Apple and the Samsung. Okay, Sony, Apple, Samsung. So these three are the competitors during that time. But if you observe from 2016 to till today, can you able to identify any new products from the Sony company? Definitely no. Recently, from last 1 month or 2 months, the Sony is releasing new products. Okay, but till before that, we don't have any new products from the Sony company because you know what it is happened is like the Sony company was suffered with the cyber attack where the hackers have wiped the entire data from their database. Okay, so remember the data which is wiped is not possible to retrieve that data back. Okay, so here the data which is wiped you cannot able to retrieve it back. Okay, so that is the reason why the Sony company was unable to recover their information which is wiped from the databases. So because of that the company is still struggling to enter into the market. Okay, so the companies like Redmi, Realme and Oppo, they came into the market after this incident only. Still they were like sustaining in the market, whereas Sony is struggling a lot. But since the Sony is a big company now, they were being sustained because Sony Sports are there, Sony Pictures are there, and Sony Entertainment is there, and there are many things. Okay, so because of that, the companies are still able to sustain, and they were able to generate the income. Okay, and they can able to work on the things, they focus on the things. Okay, but imagine what if it is a small company, entire services has to be shut down. Okay, right? And not only Sony company, so even if you observe the company called British Airways. Okay, British Airways is one of the biggest flight service company. Now, okay. So it is one of the biggest flight service company. But if you observe now, can you able to see the British Airways in the current market? Definitely no, because even British Airways company was suffered with the data breach attack for 2 times in the span of 3 months. Okay. So because of that, they have had to pay the amount to the hackers like around $400 billion. Okay. And also even their country government has been punished him, like they made a fine of rupees like around $400 billion to the British Airways company, where it leads to the downfall and the destruction of the company. Okay, see how bad the cyber attacks is like. See, it is we are thinking cyber attacks are like in a normal way, but if the cyber attack was really taking place, and the impact of that attack is gonna be a huge. Okay, that is not that much easy, so the impact will be too high. It is very huge. Okay, and even if you observe the company called Uber. Uber is one of the cab service company, okay? And Uber is the cab service company. And you know what? Whatever the information you share without caring, like your name, your phone number, and your email address. So for that information, for not revealing that information, the Uber company has paid around $3.5 billion to the hackers. Okay, sorry, $350 billion to the hackers. That means imagine how value they were giving to your data. Okay, so here, now you can see instead of shutting down the companies or instead of paying huge amount of salaries to the hacker, I mean huge amount of money to the hacker, the companies can able to hire the proper candidate who is having the real-time experience and the real-time knowledge. They can able to hire the person and they can able to work them on the various projects and they can able to provide you the better service, right? Because there is a demand for the cybersecurity. And if you are practicing and if you are able to showcase your skill set now, definitely you will get the job for sure. Your experience or like your work is not gonna define what you are. Okay, whatever we are trying, it is gonna decide at what position we are gonna reach. Okay, so here, since there are these many things which were being done by us, so that is the reason it is very much important to focus on the cyber security. Okay, so is it clear why we need to focus on the cyber security? Everybody, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in the cybersecurity, so we mainly focus on the three aspects, okay? That will be like confidentiality, integrity, and availability, where we can call it as the CIA, okay? So we will discuss about what is the CIA and what is integrity, confidentiality, and availability in the tomorrow's session. Even along with that, we will be performing the practical session on the integrity as well, okay? And here, today, we have discussed about what is cybersecurity and why it is important to focus on the cybersecurity. See, cybersecurity is all about protecting the information of the valuable asset, okay? And why it is important means you can see, even though there are many technologies in the market, no technology is going to beat the cybersecurity, including the AI, okay? And here, as I told you, there are a lot of openings for there for the cyber security where the companies are really looking for the knowledgeable people. So all they require is like the practical knowledge rather than the theoretical knowledge. They require the practical knowledge a lot. Okay. So the companies are looking for the people who are having the practical skill set and who can able to act according to the situation, because if any incident is taken place now, the person has to be there and they need to understand, then they need to overcome that situation, overcome that incident, otherwise it is going to make the huge impact. Okay, so that is the reason. So we will be focusing on this cyber security. Okay, so that is how it is important. So here the companies are posting daily many jobs on the cyber security, and people who say that there is no job for the freshers, don't ever listen to them. Okay, because even there is a jobs for the freshers as well. Okay, even for the work experienced people. And trust me, cybersecurity is not any subject that you can learn in the books or like from the internet or somewhere. It is a technology where you need to understand and where you need to focus on the things. Okay, you need to understand and you need to act according to the situation. So what all I can say is like you should think like a hacker and act like the cybersecurity professional. So this is the tagline I follow. You should think like a hacker and you should act like the cybersecurity professional. Okay. So since there is a huge demand and all the companies and all the people are gonna become the victims of this cyber attack, na? So that is the reason it is very much important for us to focus on the cyber security where the companies are looking to hire the real knowledgeable people who are having that knowledge in the field of cyber security. Okay. So is that clear? And in the tomorrow session, even I will be showing you what are the job roles that you are eligible for and what kind of packages you can expect. So guys, coming to the package, you can expect around 5 to 6 lakhs on an average. Okay, 4 to 6 lakhs on an average. Okay, as a fresher. And if you're an experienced person, based upon your previous payroll and along with that, based upon your performance that you have given to the interview, based upon that, they will be providing you the like salaries or anything for you. Okay. So guys, this is all about today's session. Just like we have discussed about an overview about the cybersecurity program. Okay. Now, guys, in case if you are having any doubts, you can directly ask me where I will be available for more 10 minutes. Okay. You can able to ask your doubts and we will be clarifying your doubts. Okay. Whoever want to speak, you can raise your hand where I will be unmuting them and they can speak. Okay. So guys, can you hear me? At least tell me, can you able to hear me or not? Okay, Deepak.
Yes, sir, we hear you.
Okay. So in case if you're having any doubts, you can ask me.
Is there any coding? Like any
Sorry,
coding? Any
recording will
coding?
be any
No,
coding.
no,
So
not
coding is not. Yeah,
recording.
understood.
Coding. Coding ఏమైనా ఉందా అంటే
No. See, coding is not required over here. Okay.
okay.
So whatever the training we are learning here, for that coding knowledge is not required. Even for the positions where you are applying for the companies also, they will not be asking you the coding. Only the companies who are like product based companies, no, they will be asking you about the scripting language. Okay, any scripting language. Apart from that, no other companies are gonna ask you about the coding knowledge. Okay, and one more thing is like, see, out of 100 companies, 100 job positions, only one or two companies will be asking you about the coding related things. Okay, and the rest of the 98 companies or 97 companies, they will be like hiring you, like conducting the interview without touching the coding related part. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. And Shravan, here coming to the red team and blue team, actually this training program is a combination of both red team and blue team. Okay, so the red team and blue team both are important to the organization. Okay, we cannot say which is best because red team is always gonna launch the attacks and they're gonna identify the vulnerabilities in the organization. And whatever the vulnerabilities that were being identified by the red team, the blue team is gonna fix that issues where it is gonna improve the standards of the security, I mean security standards to the organization. So both are important and both are useful. Okay. No, Tejasvi. So here this training program is not gonna cover any coding part. Okay. Here we are gonna discuss about what is cybersecurity, and then after networking related basics, and then after, sorry, not networking basics, it is about the ethical hacking basics, and then after we are going to discuss about the networking, and after that we are going to discuss about the phases of hacking, like what is information gathering, and what is scanning, and what is gaining access, and what is maintaining access and clearing the logs. Okay. And here, then after we are gonna discuss about the vulnerability assessment and the scanning related things, and we are gonna discuss about the like how to generate the reports and how to submit it to the organization, how to prepare the reports, and then after we will be discussing about the incident response and firewalls, IDS, IPS, honeypots, and everything. Okay. So you will be having the multiple modules in this training program, including the AI. Okay. And here, so as a the thing is like, if you're not having the coding means it doesn't mean that it's drag and drop concept, because see, if you're working as a security analyst, okay, you will be working on the network logs, you will be working on the monitoring part. Okay, if you're monitoring working on the monitoring part, all you can see is the IP address, MAC address only, and the port numbers. So what is the requirement of having the coding knowledge over here? So how the coding is required? So
Hello,
here
hello,
when
sir.
hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
sir.
hi
This is
Saiful.
Saipan. I have one doubt,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, tell me
Sir,
Saiful.
what are the topics we are covering in this course, sir?
Just now
For
I told you
example,
again.
ethical hacking and bug bounting, SOC, like that,
Yeah.
or only ethical hacking?
No, no, no. We are having the multiple modules. Just now I told you now, like networking, penetration testing, vulnerability assessment, ethical hacking, cyber security, incident response, AI, role of AI in the cyber security. So we are having the multiple modules which are covered over here. And
Okay, sir.
even we are having the Linux as well here, Poly Linux as well. Okay. So
Okay.
we are gonna set up the lab, and we are using the Kali Linux operating system as the attacker machine and Windows machine as the target machine, and we are using the firewall as the defender machine. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So like actually they have sent us one of the PDF of
Mm-hmm.
cybersecurity. Are you going to teach everything from that or the topics which you have only said?
So can you tell me how many modules are there over here?
Over 17 modules.
17 modules where you are having introduction to cybersecurity, and then
Yeah.
after you will be having the ethical hacking related part, ethical hacking fundamentals, and then after lab installation will be there. Then after you will be having the networking part, and then information gathering or reconnaissance, and then scanning and enumeration, and then after gaining access related part, I mean like vulnerability assessment, bug bounty, and penetration testing. And once it is done, you will be discussing with the incident response. So these are the modules which are provided to you.
somewhat similar and somewhat
Yeah.
not else.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I
Yeah.
will try to get that PDF content with me. And don't worry,
Yeah.
by tomorrow we will be sharing you the course curriculum and so on. Actually, people who enroll now, definitely the course curriculum will be shared with them again and again. Okay. And then only we
Oh,
will be, because even you need to monitor and you need to track what we are teaching in this training, right?
yes. Yeah.
So definitely it
Actually,
will be
what are the
provided.
chances that we can get a job by learning cybersecurity? Like, how much can we and ఎంత టైంలో రాగలుగుతుంది మనకు జాబ్ అనేది?
So Srividya, it's completely depends upon, because see, I am the trainer here, okay? I know like how much time it is gonna take to teach this content. So I have planned in that way. And you were getting the
Okay.
training, right? And in the same
Yeah.
way, no, I was just saying the example. Your destination is like you were joining for this
Okay.
training program to get the job. Okay. So you need to plan.
Yeah.
So after the training, how within how many days you want to get the job. So for example, let's say the training is for 3 months, and to practice again for you to recall all the topics, it is gonna take 1 month. So your goal should be like, I need to get the job in next 4 months. So to get the job in the next 4 months, what are the things you wanted to do? You need to plan accordingly, and definitely you will get, because see, my
Yeah. Yeah.
students, even some students have got the job during the time of training itself, because parallelly they have applied for the jobs, they got the jobs. And some of the students, they have gone for the MS, and after their MS also they have tried the jobs directly over there in the US or Australia or in other countries, and they have selected on their own without any consultancy support, or like without any proxy support or anything. As a freshers, they were able to get the jobs. Okay. And for some people, after 3 months they were getting the jobs, and some people within 2 months they will be getting the jobs. And few students, they were solving the bug bounty challenges, and once they solve the challenges now, they were getting the rewards from that company, and along with that they will be getting the opportunity in the company as a freshers as well. Even though they were having the gap, they were getting this opportunity. So like this, there are different kinds of students who are there for me, who got trained under me. And see, that time depends, completely depends upon you, because even I can say during the time of training itself you can able to get the job, but for that you need to practice. If you practice well, definitely you will be getting the job for sure, very easily. And with this training program, you can able to compare yourself with the 5 years experience candidate in the industry. That means how much knowledge we are gonna share here with, you can
Eh,
imagine.
Are we going to learn about particular tools or anything like that?
Yeah, we are
Sorry to
gonna
ask a
learn.
lot of questions, but
No, no, no.
it's
See, you
because of
need to
new,
ask.
I wanna.
See, no problem. You can ask the questions. This is the dot solving session, right? So definitely you can ask the questions. The thing is, like, see, we are working with the different tools. Like, see, for vulnerability assessment, we are using the message tool, and for even along with that, you can use the OpenWatch tool as well. And for defending the things, we are using the firewalls, IDS, IPS, honeypots, even VPS, proxies, and even we are working with the Wireshark tool and Map tool, and even we
Bruxelles.
are, yeah, PubSuit was there, and have I been tuned, Hunter.io, Harvester, Sublister. Like this, there are many tools are there, okay? And same tools will be used in the organization as well. So whatever you do here, you will be doing same thing in the organization as well. Is that clear, Srividya?
Yeah, yeah, got it. So thank you.
Yep. Even Metasploit framework, we are working with the manual approaches for the SQL injection, cross-site scripting, and broken access control, and even for cookies hijacking. So there are different things we are using. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir.
And Tejasvi, as a tester, I wanted to know, like, will this help me to include this course to testing? Obviously, see, the added advantage for the next position for the tester is the penetration tester, right? So in the cybersecurity, after learning this program, you can go as the penetration tester. Even in the testing also, your duty is to identify the errors which are done by the developer. Okay, whether the application is developed based upon the client requirement or not, you need to identify those errors and you need to write the test cases, right? Same thing you are doing here in the cybersecurity. Okay, in the cybersecurity, you are identifying the vulnerabilities and you are reporting it to the concerned person. Okay, and even you can work as a penetration tester where you can use your previous experience to it and you can go with the same way. Okay, you need not to start your career as a fresher. And you know what, even I am from the testing background, even I have done my ISTQB certification as well. Okay, so don't worry related to that. You can use it as a added advantage.
One more thing I just wanted to know is like because I am a AI tester because the company which I work is completely I mean like completely relied on AI. So
Okay.
so how the I mean like you said like we are also including AI with the cybersecurity. So what
Hmm.
exactly means? What does that exactly mean?
See, nowadays, if you observe, the usage of AI, the dependency on the AI was increased a lot. Even the hackers are committing a lot of crimes using the AI technology. Okay. So
Yes.
here we are gonna discuss about the role of AI in the cybersecurity, and there are many tools which we are using in the cybersecurity. See, I told you about the firewall, right? In the firewall, there is a company called Sophos, and nowadays we are having a new tool like the EDR. So the Sophos EDR is one of the best EDR endpoint detection and response tool where it is working with the AI technology only. So with that AI technology, it is going to identify the threat, it is going to mitigate the threat, and even it is going to recover the data directly because
Mhm.
of this AI feature. Okay. And not only that, even in the Splunk or even to automate our work, we are using this AI technology a lot in the field of cybersecurity. So majority of the tools were developed with the AI. So here we are discussing about the consequences of the artificial intelligence that we are having with the help of with the growth of the AI. So how it is impacting on our life, okay? And along with that, how cybersecurity can be correlated with the AI technology, and along with that, how we can able to like what is the role of this AI in the cybersecurity, and we are going to discuss about different things and how this AI is helpful for us to bring the better result to mitigate or the eradicate the cyber attacks and to reduce the chances and to automate the processes in detecting or remediating the attack. So we are going to discuss many things over here in
Okay.
the training floor. Okay.
So I just wanted to know, like, are we like using any AI? I mean, learning. Are we like learning to use any AI agents with cyber security or any such sort of things coming?
See, Tejas, actually, this training program is not related to the AI. This is all about the cybersecurity training program. So, what are the things we require for this cybersecurity now? We are gonna discuss about those things in the AI. Okay.
Sir, can you cover in web applications like Fast and Dust, Browser also?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
We are covering that.
yeah.
So
Okay.
there is separate module for web application penetration testing. Even we are covering the bug bounty challenges. Even
Mm,
we are covering the CTF challenges as well.
okay. Fine. So can we do the in separate way, like without job, we can do an cyber attacks like
Yeah, you can work as a freelancer as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, if you learn and if you gain proper knowledge now, you can work in different ways. Even you can go with the, what do
Mm,
we say, the bug bounty challenges, and even you can go as a freelancer. You can do in many ways. Okay, it's your career, your call, right?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Understood.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Tejasvi, please continue.
So are we gonna have any guidance for I mean like job applications or something like with the
See,
interviews?
related to the job assistance, you can directly talk to the organization because I am the trainer here where I'm gonna take care of your technical part. Okay, but from my end. I will be helping you like how to prepare your resume and how to update your LinkedIn profile, and along with that how to add your skills that you have learned this training program to your profile. So I
Mhm.
will be guiding you in that way, okay? And
Okay.
if there are any jobs or anything from our previous students or like from my contacts or from my sources, I will
Yes.
be like referring our students or like I will be sharing that information with you where you
Okay.
can directly apply for them. So we will be helping in that. I will be helping you in that way as a trainer. Okay.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Which domain is opening now? Or
Sorry.
2025? Which domain? Like pen testing or SOC analyst?
Every
Huge.
domain has the like job opportunities. Okay,
Yes.
because you
Also.
can see there are new companies, many new companies are being entering into the market. Every company requires the
Mm.
website. Website is the application where it requires the conducting the security audit or conducting the penetration test. So definitely there is a requirement for the penetration testers. Okay, even for the security auditors, and even the companies are developing the latest mobile applications as well. Even for that, the testing is required. So there is a job opportunities for them. And nowadays you can see
Mm.
the every company is migrating their data to the cloud service. Even we are updating our data to the cloud. So we are storing our data into the cloud, right? So even there is a requirement for the cloud security because we don't know how secure the cloud is, right? And along with that, see, nowadays every company is like using the SOC, Security Operations Center, because with the help of the SOC, what you can do is like without like you need not to wait for until the attack is taken place, and after damaging the systems or the network, after getting the huge loss, we are working on that to remediate the attack. Okay, but with the help of the SOC, we can able to prevent the attack right away when the attack is taking place there itself. Even the incident response, it is having huge weightage because incident response also helpful for us to eradicate and mitigate the attack when it was taking place. Okay, and there is a huge demand for this digital forensics as well, because no matter how many security precautions you take, the attacks will be taken place. Okay, now to make the investigation, there is a huge requirement for the digital forensics as well. So even digital forensics is having more vacancies nowadays. If you observe in the job positions, there are huge openings for the DFIR role. Okay, DFIR stands for the digital forensics and incident response role. Okay, here you need to have the skill set on the SOC, you need to have the skill set on the incident response, you need to have the skill set on the networking. Even you should have minimum knowledge on the penetration testing, and along with that, you should have knowledge on the digital forensics. So if you are having knowledge on all these things, then only you are eligible for this position. So in the cybersecurity, no matter whether you're working for the penetration tester or you're working for the incident response or you're working in the GRC or you're working in the SOC, no matter you wherever you're working, you should be having knowledge on all these aspects. Then only you can be the better cybersecurity expert, because everything was interlinked here in the cybersecurity. Okay. So that is the reason we have designed this training program in such a way where we are covering all the topics which is required for the person to get job. Okay.
Okay.
And after this training program, you can choose yourself which is the best job that fit for you. Okay, because whenever you're joining for the job or you are choosing for the positions now, you will be considering few points like how many, sorry, for which domain we are having the huge demand in the market, and for which domain the salaries were high, and for which domain the salaries were low. You will be taking all this information and you will be filtering the things, then you are gonna decide which domain suits best for you, right? And based upon that, you will be applying for that. So we will be guiding you in that as well. So don't worry, we are there here to assist you and to help you.
Okay. Yeah, I like pen testing, so I'm looking
Okay.
for it. Yeah.
Yep. You are eligible with this training program. You can go for the penetration testing.
Yeah.
And anybody, any other doubts? See, in the penetration testing also, we are going with the two ways, manual approach, and along with that, we are gonna work with the tools as well. So one of the most important tool is Suit. We are gonna use this Suit tool, and along with that, we are using Harvester, Sublister, and WhatWeb, and along with that, we are using the Hunter.io, and we are using like which domain tools, and we are using Nikto, and we are using the Nmap, and we are using like SQL map. Okay, so we are using different tools here, and along with that, we are gonna perform with the manual approach as well. We are gonna focus on two things. Okay, there are plenty of tools, guys. During your training program, you will be seeing. So I think you will be learning more than 30 tools over here in this training program. Not 5 or 10, more than 34 tools. That means you can imagine how many tools we are focusing. So any other doubts? Guys, in case if you're having any other doubts, you can ask me. Yeah, thank you, Tejasvi. And what about others? Okay, Muhammad. And what about others?
Clear from my side.
Okay. Okay, guys. In that case, so if you are not having any doubts, you can leave for today. And let's meet tomorrow where we are going to discuss about the other stuff. So these demos will be held for 3 days, okay? Where this is your day one. Again, we are having two more demos where we are going to discuss about the other related topics, not the same topics. We are going to discuss about the new topics where you will be learning more and more things in the upcoming sessions. Okay. So if you don't have any doubts, you can do for today and let's meet tomorrow and you can use the same link to join at the same time in the tomorrow session as well. Okay. Thank you guys. I hope you found this session useful and I hope you learned something from this session. And I wish you have a great day and good night. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.